Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we're gonna make very simple main menu. So let's right click on hierarchy and create an image. This will give us an image inside of the canvas. I'm gonna call this background and I'm going to change the color to black. Let's bring this to the center and make the size of this background image a little bit bigger. Then I'm creating an empty object and I'm gonna call this main menu. And then I'm creating a text mesh pro inside of this main menu object. I'm calling it title and let's write here this main menu with all big letters. We need one more text mesh pro for play button. I'm calling it play button and I'm writing just play. And I'm adding button component to this play button. And the next thing, we're gonna duplicate this and one for setting button and the another for quit button. Let's fix their position. Alright, perfect. We have our main menu, but it looks a little bit boring, so I'm gonna change the colors of these buttons. I'm gonna make play button green and I'm going to change the settings buttons color to blue, and maybe for the quit button we can do red. I'm creating another game object for settings menu and also deactivating the main menu so we can clearly see our settings menu and work on it. We're also creating a text mesh pro for title. I'm just writing settings with big letters. Now to create the settings menu, we need some couple of UI assets. So I'm importing this stone UI from the asset store. You can just go to the asset store and download and import which asset you want. Alright, I'm done with importing my UI assets, so I'm going to pick one of it. So purple looks nice. No, I'm actually gonna use a blue color. So here's the sound button image. We find it and let's create an image inside of this settings menu object, and I'm calling this mute button. So let's scroll down and bring this sprite to the source image. I just want to drag this a little bit down. Alright, it's nice now. So let's create. I'm gonna call this mute title and I want to change the font size to 25. 39 is very big for that, and I'm just writing just mute. Or sound button actually makes more sense, so I'm just dragging a little bit to the center. So let's go to the game and it looks good, perfect. Now I need drop down text mesh pro. It's going to be quality drop down, so we're gonna just modify our quality inside of the game with this drop down. So let's click on quality drop down, and instead of option B I'm gonna write high, option B is gonna be medium, and C is gonna be low. These are options for the quality settings. The another thing, actually I forgot to add a button component for the mute button. Okay, generally our setting main menu doesn't look that bad inside of the game. I'm creating a button to go to the main menu. I'm just gonna pick one of the sprites from my UI assets. This home sprite looks good, so I'm gonna drag this to the source image. Alright, that looks a little bit squished, so I'm gonna just increase the scale for the y-axis and maybe decrease the scale from the x-axis too. Yeah, it generally looks good. Now let's add an event to settings button. So I'm just gonna drag this settings menu to on click, and I'm gonna just make that when we click on settings button, we want our settings menu to be active, to be seen. Let's save this scene and create another scene. I'm gonna just call this gameplay. Let's click on that. So it's just an empty scene. So I'm just creating that scene. So when we gonna click the play button, we're just going directly to the gameplay scene. The next thing we should do to add this scene instead of the scene build settings, and let's go back to sample scene and also add this scene to the build settings too. And sample scene needs to be in the 0, and the gameplay scene needs to be 1 as an index. Now I'm creating an audio source to test sound button. I just imported randomly music from my computer here, so I'm gonna just drag this clip source to audio clip. So as you can see, there's a mute check mark, so we're gonna just control that with the script. When we play on the sound button, it's gonna be active, and when we click on again, it's gonna be deactive. So while we are talking about that, let's create our first script, and I'm gonna call this menu manager. We don't need start neither update function for now. I'm creating a public function, which is I'm calling play button. So let's use our scene management library, and in the play button I'm just gonna write scene manager lot scene 1, which is the one lot scene. It was a gameplay scene, as you remember. And then now for the quit button, where I'm creating another function, and I'm just gonna write here application.quit. It's just a one simple line to quit from the game. And we need also another function for the mute button. Let's create a bool, and I'm gonna call this is muted. Also, we need to use UI library for this method. So let's check if the sound is not muted, then mute the music. To write this line of code, we need to call an audio source. And I'm just gonna write very simple code here that music.mute is equal to true. And when the player press that again, we're gonna write an else statement. So which is gonna be the music mute is gonna be false. So we're gonna play our music. And also we need to write is muted true for the first if statement and the false for the else statement. Okay, let's save the script and go back to Unity. I'm dragging the script to the canvas object. It's not just accepting. I think I should just reload my Unity engine. Okay, I reloaded my Unity. Now I can just drag my menu manager script to the canvas very easily. Now we need to drop audio source. Now I'm just doing that. And then let's just click on the play button and test the main menu. Everything looks fine. I'm clicking on the settings button, but it's just settings menu and main menu just messed it up. So actually I forgot to, when we click on the settings button, just we don't only want to activate the settings menu, but we also deactivate the main menu when we do that. Okay, so we can check our settings menu now, and when I click on settings button, everything works fine, but when we click on the sound button, nothing happens, but it's clickable for now. So let's go back to Unity and click on the mute button. I want to call mute button function when we click on the mute button from the menu manager script. Okay, our music is played, and when I click on the sound button, our music is muted. And when I click back again, our music's played. Now let's add some events to exit button. So when we click on the exit button, we want to main menu to be active and setting menu to be deactive. Then I'm adding an event for the play button. I'm dragging the canvas to call this play button function. And also we need to add event to quit button to call this quit method. Now let's play the experience. Okay, play button works perfectly. We are on the gameplay scene. That's good. We are not able to test the quit button, by the way, because it doesn't work inside of the Unity engine, but when you after you publish it, when you click on the quit button, it's gonna exit from the application. Let's save the scene and go to project settings. Then I'm going to quality section and I'm deleting very low, we don't need this, and like very high and ultra. I'm just keeping these three low, medium and high qualities. As you can see, they are the index of these quality levels. Now leave the project settings and go back to menu manager script. I'm creating a method for setting a quality. And also I need to call my Text Mesh Pro dropdown. Inside of this method, I'm setting my quality settings based on drop-down value. Now we are done with it, let's go back to Unity. I'm dragging my drop-down here, saving the scene, deactivate the setting menu and activate the main menu. Now it's ready to be tested. Sound button works fine. Also, I can say the same thing for the drop down. We can go back to main menu, so perfect. So let's go back to Unity. So I want to change the visual for the sound button. So I'm gonna call a sprite array inside of the menu manager script. Then I'm calling an image here. So this source image sprite is gonna change based on this array index. Save the script and go back to Unity. So I'm just going to my assets to find mute sprites. Let's create two elements for our sprites array. So the first sprite, which is an element 0, is going to be unmuted visual sprite, and the second will be this muted visually sprite. So that's perfect. Now let's test our main menu. Last time I'm just opening my project settings and just dragging this to the near to the inspector to see that my changes are working or not. So let's play this game. Where you go, I go. The start button works that perfect. So when I click on the menu, as you can see, it also changes in the project settings. When I change the high, it also changes. That's perfect. That's end of our video, guys. Thanks for watching. Just don't forget to press on the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe. When you get more subscribes and more likes, I'm just more motivated to make this kind of videos for you. Face in your face.